Hello, welcome. This is Augustine from Tclassified.com. Today we are going to be learning how to draw a simple floor plan using AutoCAD. We are going to draw a floor plan and we're going to put doors and windows and every other thing needed. Yes, before we start this, please click on the subscribe button here to subscribe to our channel so that you'll be the first to get our videos whenever they drop. So quickly I'm going to go to AutoCAD and open AutoCAD. It was already open, that's why I just clicked on the icon on the taskbar. So for you to do a drawing in AutoCAD, first of all you need to set your working space house, and to do that you quickly go to format, click on format, then click on units. When you click on format and click on units, leave this at decimal, go to precision. I normally like to use 1 decimal place. Then the units, I will use millimeters. Millimeters is always good when you're making a floor plan. Then I click on OK. So after setting out the units, I go to format again, click on format, then click on drawing limits. Drawing limits simply means the length and breadth of the paper that will contain your work. So once you click on drawing limits, you see where they wrote left corner. Left corner simply means this side, and right corner is up here. So to get a rectangle you need a left corner and a right corner. So the left corner is always 0.00. So I'll just simply press enter. Then the right corner by default is 12 by 9, but because of what I want to draw has the dimension of 18,000 by 12,000 millimeters. So I'm going to add up small things. So I'm going to have I'm going to be using 20,000 millimeters by 15,000 millimeters. So that's how you see the way I wrote it in 20,000 by 15,000. Then I press enter. So with that I've selected the drawing limit. So the next thing is that I go and click on this grid. You can see this grid button. Click on the grid. So when I click on the grid, you can see the grid line is here now. So I go to view, then go to zoom, then go to extend. So I'm zooming to extend so that I'll get the exact place I want to work. You can see now this is the exact place I want to work, and this thing is this is the first side, which is 0 by 0 when I was selecting the drawing limit, 0 by 0, and this other place is, this other point is 20,000 by 15,000. So the horizontal is 20,000 in length, the vertical is 15,000. So this is what I did when I was choosing the drawing limits. So this is my workspace. This is where I'm going to draw the floor plan. So in order for me to draw the floor plan very well, I need to select or create layers where I will be putting what I'm going to be drawing on the floor plan. So how do I select layers? I simply go here. Can you see this place? I click here whenever I want to create a new layer. So I click on this that looks like a book. This is the layer section. So when I click it, I will see the layer properties bar. It will pop up. So I go to here. This place is simply means new layer. I click on it. So the first layer I'm going to have, layer 1, I'm going to rename it to 2D wall. That's the wall. So I click for another one. I click on it 2 times in order to rename it. I call it doors. So that's where I'm going to be putting my doors. I click on new layer again, double click on it to rename it. I name it windows. I click on another layer again, double click on it to rename it. I can name this one dimensions. So I have like 4 layers created because that's what I want to be using to make this diagram. So I'm quickly going to go to wall. I'll leave wall the color to be white because mostly that's what I'm going to be doing. So I go to doors. I'll select a light color for doors. So I'm going to select this color for doors. I click OK. I go to Windows. I'll also select a lighter color for the windows. Select this for windows. I click OK. Then I'll go to dimensions. I'll select yellow for dimensions. So when I select dimensions, I click OK. So you can see I've created all these layers. So I'm going to double click on wall layer, the 2D wall, because that's where I want to work on. Once you want to make it a current layer, make sure that you see this positive good sign. It shows that that's the current layer. So I'm going to click on apply, and I'm going to click on OK. So I have all the layers created, and I have the current layer selected as the 2D wall, the wall that I want to draw. So quickly I'm going to start drawing by drawing the exterior walls. But before I start, I must make sure that my object snap is already selected with the grid. So I'm going to start with the exterior wall. So how do I go about drawing the exterior walls? I'll use a polyline. This is a polyline. I click on this polyline. Then I get very closer to my to the grids, so that I can start. I can pick up a grid point here. So I zoom out so that I can see this grid very well. Because I have snap, I have to snap on, make the snap on. You can see where the snap is. I click on it once, so that whenever I get to this, closer to this, it will just snap up with this. So I zoom out very well so that I can see it. So you can see these dots. So I'm on it now. So I click once on it and I stretch to this side. So once I stretch to the right side, make sure that the auto is clicked on. You can see the auto on this grid side. So I stretch it to one side and I type 500, 5001, 5000, enter. And I can stretch this down again so that I can be seeing the whole diagram. So I've typed 500, 5000, enter to one side. Then I have to go down. Then I type 3000. So you can see the way I'm typing it. 3000. Then I have to go this side again a little bit. Type another 5000. I'm drawing the exterior walls. Then I go down and type 5000. Then I go this side again and type 7000. Then I go down and type 5000 again. So you'll be checking the sketch that you made, the dimensions. That's what I'm using. Then I go this direction and type 1000. Then I go up and type 7000. Then I go like this and type 18,000. Then I come down and just press C, which is close. I want it to close down with the other one. Then with that, I have my exterior walls drawn. You can see my exterior walls is very okay and perfect. So I need to get the offset based on the thickness of the walls, and the thickness of the walls I'm using is 15 cm, or you can say 150. 15 cm, or you say 15 cm, or you say 150 millimeters. So I'm gonna just click on offset. This is offset. Then it will ask me to offset distance. What's the offset distance? You can see it here. Offset through what? So it's 15 cm, which is the same thing I say 150 millimeters, which is the wall thickness. So once I select that, it will ask me select the object to offset. This is the object I want to offset. I click on it and select the size. So I place here. You can see that the wall thickness is highlighted. Now I press escape to make sure that my cursor is back to normal. You can see my wall. This is the exterior wall. So in the next class I'll be teaching you how to put the interior walls and other things. So you know the things we've learned already. Please